This show is brought to you by Smoke. Hello and welcome to the Why Not podcast. I'm your host, Tony Golia. And today, we're talking about the things that really matter. Homeless people. And kind of just what they represent. You know, the things that other people are afraid to say. I was at Wendy's getting a Frosty. Cheers, guys. That sounded disgusting. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I stopped to get a Frosty, and this older black gentleman comes up to my car, literally in front of the hood of the car. And I'm like, what's going on? You know, and keep in mind, I'm in the drive-through window. Like, I am ready to order that fucking Baconator 300,000. You know, version 1.8. I'm ready. And my guy is just, he's looking like this with his hands out, you know. And I'm like, oh, this poor bastard, you know. And, you know, he doesn't even have a mask on. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I'm going to get corona. Comes up to my car and he's like, man. I'm like, what's up? And he just looks at me. And he's like, man. I'm like, woman. You know, I don't even know what to say to him. And I finally just like, you know, I go over to him and I go, hey, man, I'm trying to order. Like, you know, do you want something? Like, do you want food? And he's like, nah, let me get your change. I'm like, all right. So, I'm like in the parking lot, coming up to the window, and he's following along with me to the car. Like, he's right next to my car, and when I'm driving up to it, he's driving up to it, or he's walking up to the front. So, there's like a little railing, and he's just camping there. Just sitting there camping, ready to get my, you know, $3.42 or whatever. And I'm like, you know, I finally just said, you know, I pay for my meal, whatever, my Frosty. And finally, this guy comes out of nowhere, and he was gone for like a split second. And then, boom, he's back. And I was like, all right, like, don't really know what this guy's doing. If he's doing this to every car, if he's here all the time, I don't know. He doesn't look familiar. I can tell he's homeless, but I just don't know where this guy's coming from. So anyway, long story short, I give him my change. You know, it was like $3, and I just said, go get something to eat. And, you know, that's my good deed for the year, I think. This was the Wendy's in Detroit, and if you've ever been to Detroit, there are plenty of Wendy's, but this is on the Grosse Pointe border, and I'm like, you know, I could go to a million different Wendy's and not get robbed, basically. But the guy was just so aggressive with it. That's what bothered me. That's what really threw me off. And I didn't really know what to do. I was like, does he have a shank in his pocket? Like, is he going to shank me while I give him, you know, my $2? I mean, is my life worth $2.48? I don't know. I have no idea. So basically, I just took a coin toss and I gave him the money. But he was just so aggressive with it. I don't know why. Very sick and tired of dealing with this corona bullshit. You know, these episodes should be referred to as the Corona Chronicles because, for the most part, that's just what this is. This is just me babbling like an idiot, talking about shit that I don't really know about. You know, I keep saying, like, I'm going to do stand-up. Like, I keep saying that I'm going to go out and do it, but I haven't heard anything. I just legit have not heard anything. I don't know what the outlook is on comedy and like, stand up for the rest of the year. I don't know if there's going to be live shows. I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to continue making these videos. I'm going to continue doing shit, having a good time, not letting Corona get the fucking best of us. We're going to have a good time. This podcast it's been a great experience already. So, I'm excited to see what else is, I'm excited for what's coming. I have another camera coming. I don't know why it sounded like that. Audio. Anyway, I have an audio coming. Wow, what a shit show. I have a camera coming. Another camera coming. So, that'll be good to have two angles, and then I'm thinking of getting another 4K camera so I can like put it kind of like overview. I don't know. I'm thinking of shit. I'm just throwing ideas out there. Yeah, but I figured we could do like a story time episode. We can talk about the time that I could tell my first kiss story. That's an interesting one. So, God, this had to have been 2014. So, keep in mind, I am in the 8th grade, and I've not even touched a woman's heart. I had never even glanced over a leg. I had barely seen a Playboy. And, I just didn't know. I was very unsure of myself at the time. I didn't really know who I was and what kind of person I was. I think I just said the same thing twice. You know what I'm saying. But I was a real kind of douchebag at that time. And I think, I was just very cocky. I was trying to fit in. Didn't really know, what group would accept me, and I kind of floated a little bit. But I finally found this really cute girl. I'm not going to name names, but she knows who she is. She probably will watch this at some point. I don't really know, but there's always a possibility. So she was really cool. We were friends for years. Just this unsuspecting girl, she didn't tell me how she felt about me. So, I met this girl at like a soccer game, and it was like one of our rivals or something. Like, it was one school that I had went to at one point, and we would go. It was just like a hangout spot. Like, we were teenagers, we would just go and hang out there on the bleachers and chill, whatever. This girl came along with another group of girls, and I just like got her number. I just started talking to her, and we hit it off from there. But I hadn't seen her because she went to a different middle school. So I went to a Catholic private school, very secluded, very like, tight groups, shit like that. And she and I devised this way to hook up, and keep in mind, hooking up at the time was making out. So I was out to dinner with a friend of mine, and I get a text in our group chat. It's like me and a couple of my buddies, and this girl and her girlfriends, whatever. And I get a text from the main dude that like it was at his house, like he was having people over, and he goes, so and so is gonna be here. She's asking to see you. Can you come or not? Let me know. And I'm like, not really sure what he means. Like, are we hanging out? Are we watching a movie? Are we like, what's the plan for the night? And I'm with my buddy at dinner. So I'm not even in the neighborhood. I'm like 25 minutes away. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I can, I don't know if I can come. So basically, we finished up dinner, and I had never ridden my bike so fast in my life. I swear to God, I was biking faster than fucking Usain Bolt can run. I swear. I was off my fucking rocker. I don't know how, but I just went so fucking fast, and my friend lived like 3 blocks down the street. And, I finally get there. My buddies are hyping me up. They're like, she's here. Are you guys gonna you gonna make out? Are you gonna fuck her in the pussy? Like, I don't know. Just like kid shit. Like teenagers just locker room talking. And basically everything went to plan. The girl and I ended up hooking up, making out. Big discrepancy there. But I want to give you guys a secret. I want to give you a tip. If you're younger, if you're having trouble getting the girls, okay, I'm telling you, invite a girl over, launch Netflix on your fucking, Zoom, your fucking Microsoft Edge, whatever, fucking, what's it called? Your Kindle. Put up Netflix up on the Kindle and stream Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I don't know why, but every single time that I have played that movie, I get lucky. Just saying. I don't know what it is about the movie specifically, but it's like a funny movie, but it's also like something like if you're bored, and you don't want to feel the person up or whatever, you know what I mean? Like you don't want to actually put in any work. Yeah, it's a great movie. It's a great fucking movie. So every time I want to get with somebody, pretty much, I turn on Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So ladies, if you're watching this and you come over and we watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I don't know how to tell you this, but my pants are probably coming off. It's a great movie. It's a great fucking movie. Great fucking movie. Anyway, so the story ends with, me and her. We hooked up one time. It was my first kiss. It was pretty normal, I want to say. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was just funny. My buddies were giving me a hard time. The kids at school the next day or the next couple of days. I don't even know. I think it was a weekend. It was a Friday night or something. Giving me a hard time. So, I don't know. The girl was cute though. She's really cute. She's still cute. She's still really nice. We went our separate ways kind of throughout high school, and we don't really talk anymore. So, we don't talk anymore. We don't fuck anymore. True. I need to start writing this shit down. Really, truly. I'm just thinking of shit that I could tell without having it be exploitive. Exploitative. I don't know what the proper. I'm not a fucking education major. I don't fucking care. Okay, I really don't. I don't want to give away the people's names. So I mean, I could tell you guys about the fucking bellhop from Italy. I could tell you about, slip and sliding at fucking, the mayor's house, playing volleyball, wiffle bats, fucking all that childhood fun. You guys remember fucking wiffle ball? You guys remember that shit? Do you remember being 5 and being hit in the head and it hurt so fucking bad, but then you just got out and did it again the next day? Do you remember falling off your bike? Do you remember fucking, climbing that tree that your mother specifically told you do not fucking climb? And you climbed that bitch. I remember it. It was like yesterday. It was like yesterday. I had such a fun childhood. I used to go on vacation to South Carolina, Hilton Head Island. Shout out HHI. Yeah, I mean, so if you guys don't really know, I am one of 2 kids. I'm the youngest. I'm the baby, of course, but my older sister and I would go to, with my grandparents, we would go to Hilton Head. And every year, like around Easter time, we'd go and we'd fucking rent bikes, we'd go swimming, we'd get a beach house. I mean, we would have a fucking blast. But it was like the one thing a year that we had to look forward to. So, a couple of years ago, my grandparents, their health started declining. So we don't go there anymore, but, we were having a good time. All the shit we did down south, like just running into people on the road, like, I remember we almost got robbed in Atlanta. We were at a gas station and my dad was like filling up and like had his hand on his gun the whole time. Like, oh my God, we were in the fucking hood and there were like just people lurking and we had nowhere to go. I mean, like, just there was no gas station, other gas stations nearby. Like, we had no fucking fuel in the tank. We were done. And we made it, but there were times like that where I wish I had I wish I had the ability to record with my eyes, because man, I've seen some shit. I was a shy kid, actually. I'm a pretty normal guy. I'm pretty loud. Being that I am Italian, you have to meet a certain decibel requirement or they don't let you into the, the Sistine Chapel. They don't let you in. And it's just the way it is. And, so I was just a young kid causing trouble, just, being loud and obnoxious. The teachers would tell my parents, at parent-teacher conferences, they'd be like, if your kid didn't make me laugh, I would hate him. But they didn't because I made them laugh. So, it's shit like that. I look back on it and I think, what could life have been if I hadn't been so shy, but yet eager to impress people? Because that's what it is. When you're shy, you're repressing all the things you want to push outward, and once that clicks, you're done. You're a comedian. You're, a talented musician or whatever it is, an actor. You just have to push past that limit, you have to get past the embarrassment, the shyness, I'm telling you guys, it's just amazing when you take a look at yourself and think about all the good things that you have done for yourself. One of the best things that I ever did was come out of my shell. And I know that's really fucking cliche and it sounds like something you'd read in a fucking yearbook from 1924, but it's just like when you come out of that shell, you're not just bettering yourself, but other people will see the good in you. And kind of the the characteristic traits, the positive attributes that you have, in high school is pretty much when I came out of my shell and basically, just became me, and not somebody that, other people were trying to figure out. It was like, no, I'll do the work for you, You have no choice but to laugh here, and even if somebody hated you, I had a lot of haters, I had a lot of people that fucking hated me. In that moment, they're not thinking about how they don't like you, They're thinking about, wow, I hate this guy, but he's so damn funny, how can I hate him? And, I always thought that stuck out to me. I was never the bully, never really, I just never saw it. I never saw putting someone down as being funny, because when you're there and you're in the thick and thin, you don't tend to give people the benefit of the doubt. You're only focused on how others treat you. Like, I won't go into names. I won't name any names. Actually, fuck it. I will name names. This kid named Raymond. He was such a fucking dick. Such a fucking asshole. And to this day, he's still an asshole. And I really hope he gets what he deserves someday. Because, he put a lot of kids through some mental hellholes. And, just, especially as being the new kid, you're supposed to be kind of, I've been the new kid before. I've been that guy. And you have to win over the approval of everyone else. And they give you such a fucking hard time. They jump down your throat every time you try to talk, because you're just new. And, with the bullying and shit, it was like this fucking kid he knew how to pick out people's insecurities. He just knew how to do it. And people wanted to just beat the ever-living fuck out of this kid. And, it actually pains me to say that he became a cop, because he's the last fucking person I would want to protect and serve. So I just can't believe who they let into the police department these days. I mean, it's a goddamn shit show. There is bad cops nearly everywhere. There are good cops still, but my God, it's the new guys. It's the new guys that are so inexperienced, and they don't know. They don't know what they're doing. These are the guys that picked on people in high school and never fit in. They were always just being douchebags, wearing fucking tight pants, wearing, Starbury. I mean, I wore Starburys, but goddamn, like, you don't get to wear it. You got to earn that right, I don't know. Just people like that fucking piss me off, And it's just like, how can you honestly say, you trust somebody that would, I mean, how can you trust somebody that used to beat up on kids and be a fucking asshole? I mean, they should look into your school, your academics, before they just accept you as a body. Because when you fucking shoot somebody because they fucking talked out of turn, it's not going to make your department look very good. At any rate, I think the show's over. I've been your host, Tony Golia, and thank you for watching.